Hey, Tony Gaskins here. I think I got about 20 minutes. Got about 20 minutes before my coaching session. Got to coach a client in 20 minutes. Wanted to pop in. I posted a video today on what is it? IGTV, and I think it show on your regular page. And I just kind of wanted to pick up, where I left off. I didn't want the video to be too long, but a lot of times when I post messages like the one I posted today, a lot of guys hit me and they say, man, hey, what about the men? What about, what a woman's supposed to do for a man? What she got to do? Some of these women out here no good. Some of these women this and that. You always talking about what the man got to do, what the woman got to do. And for me, it's just like, and guys always ask me that, I just I don't view things that way because I wasn't that man. So I tell people, and it applies to me too, everybody speaks from where they are. So I wasn't the man that was hurt, that was being hurt and dogged out by women. So in my life, I had to pick up, the slack. I had to change me because in my life, I've never been hurt by a woman that I did not hurt, like that I didn't hurt first. And so I'm not for every guy. My message may not really resonate with every guy because I'm more so speaking to the men who were dogs or are dogs, the men who are dogs and need to change, the men who doing the damage, not the damage being done to them. I'm pretty sure there's another man out there. I don't know one, but I'm sure there has to be a guy out there that's talking from the perspective of he was the hurt man and he was trying to love all these women and they kept hurting him and cheating on him and dogging him out and then talking about how he healed and how he changed. That's not my story. That's not my story. So for me, my thing is always men accepting responsibility. So I want y'all guys to know, I'm not against you. I'm not against you. I'm just the type of person, I don't point the blame. I don't say, what my wife need to do first. What does she need to do first? I say, what can I do? If it's meant to be, it's up to me. It's on me. I accept responsibility in my life. I'm not the type of person that's, still sitting and saying, man, I can't make it. I can't make it out here because of racism, because of the white man, because of this. No, I get out here and I go get it. And I'm like, okay, maybe the odds against me, but I'm going to beat them odds. I'm going to get it regardless. Whoever may be in my way, you're going to get ran over, but I'm going to get it. And so I'm just the type of person, and I feel like it's a man's rite of passage. Like when you truly become a real man, I believe being a real man means you accept full responsibility for your life. Because even when you accept responsibility for your life, it's still going to be women who want to baby you, who want to baby you, who want to make excuses for you. Like you could go in my comments, any video I make talking to men, it's going to be women saying, this go for women too, or it's vice versa too, or it got to be a two-way street. And it's like, no, why did it just can't be for the men? This ain't about the woman doing this. I'm saying this what a man need to do. This ain't about a woman doing this. But we always, as men in our society, we baby men. Like everything catered to us. So for me, man, I was just writing a book. I was writing a book, and my next book. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, life, other than racism, and discrimination, but as far as relationships and stuff, and just being a man in the world, I'm like, man, life easy. Life easy on a man. Cause I'm like, I can't imagine bleeding for 5 days and not dying. Like, I just can't imagine, carrying a child for 9 months and feeling all that weight. You carrying that weight. Like, can you imagine going through a period of your life that you put on 100 pounds in 9 months? Like what that does to your psyche. And and then sometimes it's hard to get the weight off, or you feel like you have to go under the knife and get surgery to get the weight off, and you could die in that surgery, in that lipo. And women have died, trying to get their body back to where it was before carrying a man's child, who in a lot of cases the man is now gone, and he is a weekend father. And so she went through all of this for a man who not even going to be there. So like when I really look at it, and sometimes people, guys always, oh man, you a simp. You a simp, you this and you that, and guys be coming at me like that. And but it's to each their own. It's to each their own, because I remember one of my sister's no good boyfriends, he said something that I'd never forget. That man, he said, man doesn't have a heaven or a hell to put you in. And I never forget that. Now, he was sorry himself, but he was trying to fake like a Christian. And I never forget when he said that. And I always have to remind myself of that the work that I do is not about me being cool with other dudes. It's not about me being cool with women. It's about me being in right standing with God. Because I really could not care less what a man or a woman think about my message, because I know it's who it's for. And so I want to do this just because I know I'm going to be hearing from y'all guys, and probably already got messages. What about the man? What about the man? You always talking about a man need to do this and that for the woman. What she need to do for me? What she gonna do for me? Well, what your mama did for you. She raised you, stinking musty. What she did for you. What every woman you done been with did for you. Cooking, cleaning, sex on demand. Like, women out here with no sense. Like, women out here giving boyfriends the benefits of a husband. Like, I talk to women who cook every day for a man. I'm like, what? Are you a chef? You a maid? What you mean you cook every day? I done met women who cook 3 meals a day for a man. I'm like, what? What, you a robot? What, you a maid? That ain't even realistic, what you talking about. I done talked to women who say, I cook every day and I have sex with him every day that he want to, never turn him down. I'm like, what? What, you a sex doll? That don't even make sense, because as a woman, you're going to have stomach cramps. You're going to be bloated. You're going to have a headache. You're going to be tired. You ain't going to feel sexy every day. What you mean you ain't never told a man you don't feel like having sex? I'm like, you're not a slave. You're not a sex slave. You're not a robot. But that's how a lot of women out here living today. Serving a man hand and foot. Look, I don't put that on my wife. Cause happy wife, happy life. If I treat her like a robot, hey, I need a hot meal every day. Man, get out of here. That's a human being. And I need some love making every day. Okay, yeah, my body may feel like it. My body may want that, but her body ain't built like mine. She don't think about that like I do. Because the man and the female mind is different, unless a woman was, violated at a young age, and then she was exposed to that, that feeling at a young age, and then that woman becomes promiscuous. But on average, a woman who was not violated, and it didn't affect her adversely in that way, because some women were violated and it didn't affect them that way, that made them promiscuous. But for some women, it affects them like that, and they become very promiscuous, and they have a sex drive just like the man. But that's something psychological of them just seeking that companionship, that intimacy through sex. And so that's something totally, different. But on average, women don't think about sex like men. And so we built different. So what I'm trying to get to the place of helping people understand is that we gotta give men more responsibility. And men get so mad with me, but I'm like, somebody gotta take responsibility. And if we take responsibility, because you see women taking responsibility raising their kids by themselves. Some of them raising kids by themselves with no child support, you know. And I see it every day. And gotta be working and taking care of the kids. You see people making it and they say, oh, my mama worked 2, 3 jobs. My mama this, my mama that. And it's like, what your daddy did? You know, what your daddy did? Your mama did all this and that. Your mama the MVP. What your daddy did? And so it's like in our society, man, we just gotta be real, and men gotta stop making excuses and start taking more responsibility, take more initiative. And that's what I'm on. Like, that's what I'm on. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just in a place to where, and I've been in this place for years now of, let me accept responsibility. My wife don't deserve the love that I give her. She don't deserve it because she a human being. Don't no human deserve the love like Christ. But Ephesians 5 tell me love your wife like Christ loved the church. So whether you atheist, Christian, agnostic, whatever you are, when you look at the example of the way Christ loved the church, and then you draw that, comparison between Christ loving the church and a man loving his woman, when you look at that, Christ's love represents selflessness. It represents giving, forgiving, compassion, understanding. So it represents going above and beyond. It represents a unmerited favor. It represents a undeserving love. And so when a man starts to love a woman like that, what that means is that you're not keeping score, and your love is not contingent upon her deserving of the love. You love her whether she's deserving or not. And then if you come to the conclusion that she is not going to reciprocate your love, and that she's throwing all of your love in the trash, that's when you know you're with the wrong woman, and that's when you leave the relationship. But if you're going to be in the relationship as a man, I believe we should lead in love, because I believe a woman was created for love. So that if the man takes the initiative and leads in love, the woman naturally is going to receive the love. She's going to allow it to fill her voids, secure her insecurities, make her whole, make her new. She's going to allow the love to wash her. And that may be a process. That may take a week. It may take a month. It may take 3 months. It may take a year. But she's going to allow your love as a man to her to wash her and to heal her. And then once she has been filled, it could be one day. Once she has been filled, she's going to reciprocate the love that you have given her. But the thing about a woman is, a woman takes anything that's given to her and she makes it greater. So what I mean by that is, when you give a woman love, what happens is she takes it and she multiplies it, and then she magnifies it. So when a woman who is intended to be with you, when it's your woman, when she reciprocates the love that you've given her, it's going to be a love that is overwhelming. It's going to be a love that knocks you off of your feet. It's going to be a love that confuses you, bewilders you, and you are stuck. And you did not understand that you giving her this love selflessly would come back so strong. But by you being selfless, you unlock your mind, and you go from scarcity to abundance. You go from lack. You go from selfishness to selflessness. So when you love like this as a man, you are decoding the matrix, so to speak, because as a man, you locked in this box, the man box that says you can't laugh, you can't cry, you can't feel, you can't love unconditionally, you can't lead with love, you can't treat a woman like a queen because she's going to treat you like a peasant. Like, that's how we believe as men. But when you love selflessly and you come outside of that box and you begin to love like that on that next level, then you unlock a part of your brain that was closed off. You activate more of who you are. You tap into the essence of manhood. And then what happens, you ignite the love inside of that woman because God created her for you. So when he created woman, he said, you are here. You are called woman. One man. From the womb of man, you are created. So a woman is created for the love. And that's why when you look at situations and you say, well, why is this woman, putting up with this man who is cheating on her and lying to her and dogging her out, and he keeps leaving and coming back and leaving and coming back. He got another woman pregnant and she still wants him. Why is this woman doing this? It's truthfully because her nature is created for him. That she really does not know herself without him. That she believes that she needs him in order to function, in order to live. She is wrong, but her nature is created to love a man because she was made from man. That's why it's woman. And so what men have to understand is in order to unlock that, the realest love, the purest form of love in a woman, is you have to love her unconditionally and selflessly. You have to love her in that way. And then the way her heart is made, it receives and then it reciprocates. But when it reciprocates, what you receive in reciprocation of your love, it comes equal or greater. If a man is loving a man, the reciprocation may be equal. If a man is loving a woman, the reciprocation is going to be greater than what the man gave. And when I say man love a man, I'm not necessarily talking about like a homosexual relationship. I'm talking about like a guy with his homeboys, with his son, with his brother. It's different when you have love for a male and you have that camaraderie, that friendship, that brotherhood, than when you love a woman. When you love a woman, that love, that's why so many men become putty in the hands of their daughter. Because for one chance, you allowed yourself to love unconditionally. Y'all men with daughters, what would you do for your daughter? Anything. Who would you kill if they hurt your daughter? I saw in Africa, I think it was South Africa, a man raped a 3-year-old girl. The father went and hunt down the man, cut off the man's penis. I think he cooked it and made the man eat his penis. Cut off the man's penis and made him eat it. That's a father's love for his daughter. Would you do that for your wife? The woman who gave birth to your daughter, would you have that same energy for her? Now, see, when men allow yourself to get to that place, so a lot of men fall in love with their daughter and create an unrealistic expectation in the mind of their daughter because you give her an unrealistic love. You give her an unconditional love. And she goes into the world looking for a man to love her the same. But what she doesn't realize is that men don't love their woman the way men love their daughters. So she's looking for a man to treat her like daddy did, but she's not even processing that daddy did not love your mother the way he loved you. Look for a man who will love you the way your father loved your mother if he did it the right way. A lot of times women looking for a man who gonna love them the way the dad loved it, and that's incest. That's a different type of love. And so that's why men, we have to take it upon ourselves. I remember getting into it with one of the DJs, one of the famous DJs. He wrote me because I said, it was a quote that I repeated. It was not my quote, but it was like, a man teaches his child, the best thing a man could do for his child is love their mother. And the guy wrote me, he's like, I disagree with that. I hate my child's mother. And I'm like, I agree with it. Because by the way you treat your child mother is your child's introduction to love. That's your child's introduction to the world. So if her Superman treats her mother like a villain, then what is she going to perceive about love? And so, man, we gotta, what my thing is with any guy in my life that I tell him, I don't listen to excuses. It ain't no excuses. It ain't about what your daddy did. It ain't about what the white man did. It ain't about any of that. Stop making excuses and start making changes. And look at yourself and say, look, regardless of what happened to me and what I've been through, I'm a man up. I'm a man up, and I'm going to be the best man I could be. I'm going to love unconditionally. And that's just what I'm going to do. Regardless of this woman and what I feel like she deserves, if she don't deserve your love, then leave. But don't reduce yourself to being a grown boy or being immature or stooping to her level because you don't feel like she deserves your love. Leave her if she don't deserve your love then. But love her with everything you got. Be 100% faithful. Be emotionally sound. And speak to her like she's a human being, like she's a person, like you would want a man to speak to your daughter or your mother or your sister. And love her like that. And then tell me what kind of woman she is. But when you lying to her and you cheating on her emotionally or physically, when you deceiving her, when you manipulating, when you control her, and when you talking down to her, you being condescending, then you can't, your opinion of her love is invalid because you're not leading in love. But when you love her with everything in you and you completely selfless, you doing nothing to hurt her, then tell me what kind of woman she is. And if she still ain't worth your love, okay, you pick wrong. Keep it moving. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. I got to coach a client right now. God bless y'all. We'll talk soon.